Do you get stuck in conversations with your spouse? Do you find it frustrating? It just happens again and again that you've had a misunderstanding and it's just so frustrating and painful and disconnecting? I want to tell you the number one way to change that. Problem is when one person thinks you're having one kind of conversation and the other person thinks you're having a different kind of conversation. Sounds super simple when I say it that way, but think about it in action, okay? A woman has had a challenging day at work, and so she comes home, and then her husband comes home, and she wants to tell him about it. This happened, and it was so frustrating, and it was so infuriating, and this happened, and this happened. And what is he doing? He is going through his mind mentally, trying to identify solutions. This is a problem. How can he be of service and solve it? But she's not looking for solutions. She's looking to be heard, to be emotionally comforted, to feel like she's not alone in her experience. And when he responds with solutions and problem solving, she feels disregarded and unheard. And he's so confused because he's bringing his very best attention to what she's describing. If in advance of that communication, she said, I really want to vent. Are you available to just listen? I don't need any problem solving or anything. Just be with me while I vent. Then he knows what the assignment is and he has a chance of doing it well. And if he starts to problem solve in his mind, he can remind himself that's not his job. His job is basically to be a vessel that she can pour into. Or maybe he wants to discuss something logistical, like choosing the date for the 13-year-old's birthday party. And he brings that up just wanting to know so he can figure out plans for the next few weekends. He wants to know when it's happening. And he asks her, when are we celebrating our daughter's birthday? Now, that seems to him like a simple logistical question, but she takes it as basically him telling her she should plan it instead of them doing that collaboratively. I could go on and on with all the examples where one person is sharing and the other person is just listening in order to know what to say next or to problem solve or whatever it is. And the way out of this deeply frustrating experience is to, first of all, whoever's speaking, be really clear about what kind of communication you want to make. And then secondly, say that's the kind of communication you want to make and ask if your spouse is available to hear it. And ideally, you say what kind of response you want. It could be that you say, I'm not sure what kind of response I'm going to want. I'll tell you when I'm done talking. And it could be that you already know up front. So the thing that I really recommend is that you and your spouse get together and identify the different kinds of communications you have, because it's not the same for all couples. Typically, there are logistical conversations, financial conversations, maybe venting, problem solving if you need to figure something out or one of you does and you want to enlist the other one. Some people do kind of visioning, long-term future planning, travel planning, sharing vulnerably, bona fide arguments. If you practice this and implement it, you might actually do that. And then your spouse can say, yes, bring it on. Or, no, I am worn out. I'm not available for an argument now. But the point is that no matter what you're saying to one another, it will be more connected and more collaborative if you both are oriented to having the same kind of communication. This feels like a small thing, but it will disrupt those stuck, frustrating patterns, and you'll be able to choose how to proceed in a way that creates a win-win for both of you, because whoever is speaking can count on being heard, and whoever is listening can count on doing so in a way that is helpful. So try it. Make your list, pick something on the list, or add to the list, and say the kind of communication you want to have and ask if your spouse is available to hear it. Wishing you lots of super successful communications.